So how do you get good reviews? Because everyone looks at your reviews on the internet, don't they? We've got big global companies now like Amazon, TripAdvisor, and the like. They're really encouraging their consumers to look at a review before you purchase. It's almost second nature to us now, isn't it, online? Now think about that when your clients are purchasing big ticket items, when your client's about to spend thousands on a new home extension, a rewire, a boiler. Well, be under no illusions that they are going to be scrutinising your reviews to see if you're a suitable supplier, especially when it's a big ticket item. And there's so many rogue tradesmen out there, isn't there too? So clients want a bit of peace of mind and absolute confidence in the company that they're going to use. So just to let you know, my name's Greg Wilkes from Develop Coaching. Now, I actually specialise in helping construction company owners run profitable multi-million pound construction businesses. And the aim is to give you more time, freedom and money. Now, reviews is one way of leading you to leading a successful company. And in this video, I'm going to show you 1, how to get good reviews. 2, how do you get your client to actually leave one. 3, what review platforms should you be using as a construction business owner. And 4, what steps should you take if, horror of horrors, you end up getting a negative review. So firstly, how to get good reviews. You need to make sure that your clients actually have a place to leave a review. So I'll discuss later which platforms those places might be, but really you just got to make sure that your review settings are turned on so that the clients can leave the reviews. So for some websites like Facebook and things like that, you have to actually have the setting turned on so that it allows someone to leave a review. Now, how do you get a good review? Because oddly enough, the people that are most strongly motivated to leave a review are the ones that have actually had a bad experience, and they're not the ones we want. So how do you get consistent 5-star reviews? Well, let's presume you've done a great job. One of the easiest ways of trying to get a review is, first of all, give the client a very brief summary or a questionnaire of how they found your service. What did they most like about your service? What did you do well? Where could you improve? The where could you improve question is a critical one, because at this point the client will say how they really feel, and you'll be able to determine whether it's is it a 5-star review or not. And this actually then gives you the opportunity to smooth things over. So say for example that they were not happy with the finished product. Well, this is your chance to rectify it. Maybe they were unhappy that there was a delay. Or maybe this is your chance to explain why it wasn't actually a delay. It was just extra work that the client requested, and that takes time. So maybe they don't understand that, and you need to explain it to show that it wasn't your fault. And if there were areas where you did fail to deliver as a company, well, this is the opportunity you get to make it up to them. Maybe it's some compensation, maybe it's a free gift or a discount on their next purchase. These small little things you do can make all the difference in the client wanting to change their opinion of how your service was. And then if you offer them that, then you can ask them, would what we've now discussed, is that enough to change your minds from whether it was a 4 to a 5-star or 3 to a 5-star review? Now you'll find in many cases, if you follow that process, the customer will probably be happy to uplift your review and potentially give you a 5-star one, even if it didn't go as planned, because then they know that you've done everything you can in your power to solve their problem, and that's often just what people want. So how do you actually get a client to actually leave a review? Because we've all been there, haven't we, when you carry out a job for a client, they're over the moon, they're singing your praises, telling all their friends about you, and then you just ask them for a review, and they say, of course, yeah, I'll give you a review, 100%. You give them the details, a week passes, no review. You might even give them a gentle reminder, still no review. And even well-intentioned individuals, they're busy in life, don't they? They've got other things on their mind than worrying about your 5-star ratings. So they'll promise you they'll do it, and then you hear nothing. So how do you get these individuals that are really happy to leave you a review? Well, there's a few tactics you can try. First of all, could you try actually giving them your phone or your tablet to leave a review there and then? You could be upfront, can't you? Not be pushy if they decline or seem hesitant, but maybe you could simply walk your client around the finished job or show them the finished product that you've given them, and then just ask them outright, are you happy with everything? Yeah, I'm happy. Great. Could I just ask you to leave a review online? Just take you 1 minute. So oftentimes they'll give you an instant review there and then. Or you could try approaching them directly and just let them know how much 5-star reviews mean to your business. Just let them know that you rely on business for extra work, and sometimes that can motivate them to leave the review, and then you could send them a reminder email if they've not done it in a few days. Or you could try offering an incentive. Now, an incentive is a bit of a controversial subject, but you could leave an incentive, like if they leave you a review, then you send them a voucher or a discount or something along those lines. Now, you need to be careful with this method though, because sometimes it can go against the policies of certain review platforms. So make sure if you're going to offer an incentive, check the T's and C's of the sites where they're going to leave a review. But often incentive, a small, Amazon gift voucher or something like that for a review that's left, or putting them in a prize draw or something like that, they can work really well as just that extra push to get that client to leave the review if they've been happy. Now the next question was, what platforms should you be getting reviews on? Because there's so many platforms out there, isn't there? So many options. What site's going to bring you the better business? Well, if your resources are tight and maybe you carry out a business that you're not naturally going to get hundreds of reviews each month, then maybe it's just an idea to focus on 1 or 2 platforms. Start there and then you can build it out. Now, I think one of the most important places you can put reviews really is on Google, because that's the first port of call when someone searches your business. So Google is a great place to start. If you've got positive Google reviews, immediately that comes up at the top of the Google rankings. So that's quite good. The other good place to go, obviously, where everyone's on, is Facebook. I think last time, when I recorded this, it was about 2.8 billion users around the world. Probably much more than that now. It's not a platform to be ignored, really. So it's easy to set up a Facebook business page, and you can get your clients to leave reviews there. So that's quite positive too. And then if you're in construction, there's many specialist sites out there. I mean, you've got sites like Trustpilot, Trust a Trader, My Builder, Federation of Master Builders, Check a Trade. If you're in other countries, then there's bound to be specialist construction related review platforms. They're really powerful too, because that's where people go. And again, in the UK, you've got Yale. Don't forget the good old Yellow Pages, Yale now. That still ranks very highly on Google, and your reviews will show on there, generally on the first page, if you manage to get some on there too. So that's where we want reviews left. But what if we get, as we said, horror of horrors, a negative review? What are we going to do then? Well, it's going to happen, isn't it? No matter what you do, there's always going to be negative reviews. As your business expands, someone in your business is going to let you down, or you're going to let someone down, or you're just going to have a really awkward customer and you're going to get a negative review. And really, it's horrible, isn't it, seeing that, because this is a business you're working so hard for, and it can be heartbreaking, can't it? But the first thing you want to do is just make sure that when you see that negative review, it's probably going to be a 1-star. That's how people do things. It's it's all or nothing, isn't it? Try not to go on the defensive. Try and learn from that negative review. Even if the customer was a bit awkward, try and think, what did you do wrong? Where could you have improved your service? Now, what could help is if you recontact that customer and just have a chat to them about why they've left such a bad review. Because often if someone's disgruntled and they've felt that they've got to leave a review, it's probably because they think that no one's listening to them. So maybe it's just a chance then to just have a chat with them and talk about their experience and what you've done wrong, acknowledge what you've done wrong. Just listen to them, and if you can, try and turn it around. Is there anything you can do to change their mind at all? And if you do manage to solve their problem or smooth things over, you can always go back to them later on and say, look, we've tried to rectify this for you. We really rely on reviews on business, and bad reviews really hurt us. Would you mind deleting that review? We can't be too pushy about it, but oftentimes that might be enough for someone to take down their bad review. But if that's not an option and the review's got to stay up there, then it's important that you actually reply to a negative review. Again, not be too defensive, but you can learn from it, can't you? So you could simply reply and say, we're really sorry to hear that you've felt the need to give us a 1-star review. That really hurts us as a company, because we're striving to deliver the best service for our customers. We're taking your comments on board, and we're going to make sure that doesn't happen again. Something like that. So it's not defensive, and you've acknowledged it, And if anyone's reading that and they can see that you've got lots of other 5-star reviews and you've got the odd 1-star or whatever here and there, then they can see that you're a good company and these things happen. So that's how to react if you get a negative review. So in conclusion, really, 2020 reviews are going to be a great way to get business, and really it's the most important way for you to stand out above your competitors. Everyone looks at reviews, so don't ignore the power of them. If you haven't got reviews online, that's something you want to be trying to get onto now. Don't be shy, ask your clients for them, and if you do a great job and you follow the tips in this video, then hopefully you're going to be flooded all over the internet with good 5-star rated reviews.